Choral music at Governor School is wildly different than at a normal high school because everyone in there wants to be there. Everyone here has the same passion for choral music and they came here to make music.
Our goal here at Governor School with choral music is to challenge the students' understanding of their discipline. Coming here is an opportunity for you to interact with your thing that you care about, the thing that you are passionate about, in a different kind of way, in a different context, with people who are equally as passionate about that thing as you.
Every other year, we have either a treble choir or an SATB choir. We spend a great deal of time on our first meetings letting them to get to know each other because it is almost impossible to make incredible art in a collective setting unless you really know the human being next to you. We spend time, we immediately try to let them hear each other together with simple part songs, and then we introduce repertoire pretty quickly, but intersperse it with activities that will continue to allow us to get to know each other. We delve deeply into the poetry behind our beautiful music. By the second week, we are giving a cornerstone with at least 45 to an hour's worth of music of pieces they've never seen before. And then again, at the end of the session, we'll give another cornerstone, again with different repertoire.
So it really consumes you as a person. It doesn't just challenge you in one specific way, not just academically, not just emotionally, not just socially, but all those things are working together to develop you and also encourage you in whatever it is you are passionate about while you're here.
We are here to study in a situation where there is no pressure to produce something that has to be graded or they're compared to another.
Coming to Governor School initially for choral music might not resemble the typical choir experience. So the first day, or maybe even the first couple days, sheet music is not going to be placed in our students' hands. We want our students to understand that that is not the only way to interact with music.
We have students who have come from smaller areas in our state where they have not had an opportunity to sing in advanced choirs or even a choir at all. Choral music and dance and instrumental music usually do a cornerstone or some sort of performance at the midway point. Our baseline attitude here is welcome. And I would say, because I looked this up one time, the definition of welcome is to be gladly received. And that is what we stress, and that is what these children do. They get out of their shells and they introduce themselves to each other, and they allow themselves to give each other space and time to become truly engaged with each other and really do have a sense of welcome.
So a lot of what we do is producing music from ourselves. So not recreating music that other people have written, but asking them to be spontaneous in their own creation. So that happens from the start of the program. And the further we get, the more we are able to analyze the different aspects of what that means.
One of the ways that we've kind of focused on music was storytelling. We've started to take a deeper dive into what the actual meaning of the songs are and find meaning for the songs inside ourselves. Because if you have emotions tied to a song, then the product is going to be better, and that it's changed the way that I've sung.
We start to consider different perspectives of vocal production. What does it mean to make sound versus to sing? What does it mean to make music? And then we sort of work backwards and start to slowly reincorporate the things that maybe they are more familiar with. There are also opportunities experiences, we like to call them, for music to just happen spontaneously throughout the course of the session. They may be solos, they could be small groups, they could be small groups happening at the same time at various places across the campus. Choral music has partnered with many other disciplines, from the academic disciplines like math and social science to the other arts disciplines like instrumental music, where we often perform on each other's concerts, as well as dance, singing and dancing at the same time.
Collaboration is a very important part of what we do, modeling for students what human beings can accomplish when they are sharing their ideas in an open space.
So when we talk about things like how do we use math to communicate with each other versus how do we use choral music or singing to communicate with each other? Were there mathematicians who are also composers? Are there genres of music that use mathematical formulas in order to create the music, to compose the music? We like to look at the curricular content connections between the two disciplines in order to better understand both of them. When students come to the governor's school, they have a specific idea about what singing and choral music is. And when they leave, their understanding is different and it's changed.
Holy love is welcome here. Holy love is welcome here. Holy love, love, sweet love. Holy love is welcome here.
And I think that when they have a more expansive understanding, their understanding of how they then can serve the choral music world or how they fit into it gets to change, it gets to be different, it gets to be more creative, and then that propels them into a path that is unique to them. So they come in thinking that they may end up in one place, in one career as it relates to singing or music or education. And then they leave understanding that the world of choral music is much more expansive than they thought it was, and then they get to be more creative with what they want their future to be, and they stop restricting themselves so much. So ultimately, it opens up their future to be essentially what they want it to be. Governor School is the perfect intersection of learning, of discovery, of collaboration, and of new ideas.
you stay here. All that you are can be reclaimed and embraced here. Only love is welcome here. Here is where we give you the permission you haven't yet given yourself. To show up and be your most authentic self.